Yo, g'day, how are you? I hope you're really well wherever you're watching from, and no doubt you've clicked on this video because today we're going to be talking about the Canon Rf 35mm f1.8 macro IS STM. It's in this box here. Let's rip into it and check out what we're dealing with. And as you can see, I've just pulled out a nice compact 35mm very nice matte finish lens out of the box, and we're going to talk about it now. We're going to weigh up the good versus the bad. Let's do it. Okay, hey, well, thanks a lot for dropping in. First of all, we're going to talk briefly about the Rf 35mm f1.8 macro Okay, we're going to talk about the Rf 35mm f1.8 macro IS STM lens. This is, I guess, the introductory or the cheapest lens that Canon manufacture for the new expensive R series of mirrorless cameras. And of course, being the least inexpensive, I had to grab it right away because it was the only one I could afford. I'm going to put that one in the good column for starters, although we haven't got started quite as yet. So anyway, to look at the lens, it's made out of some sort of plastic. They call it engineering plastic. But you know, plastic is plastic, plastic is plastic. And it's a nice tight body here. It's based on a metal lens mount, which is fantastic. And on this particular lens, the rear element is really quite large, whereas the front element is really quite small. But I actually think that's really good because it presents less surface area to the external world in order to be damaged. It does say it's a macro lens. I have been using this for quite a few months now, and it is a fantastic lens overall. But there are some bad things about it. So let's rip into it, and let's start off with the good, and then we're gonna hit you with the bad. 5, 7. Okay, so what I find really good about this lens is the image quality. The images it can produce are absolutely fantastic, and we'll just take a moment now to set the scene so we've got an idea of what we can achieve with this camera, and we'll run a few photos now for you to have a look at. And as you can see, these are beautiful photos. I took these at a local wedding. As you can see, they're just beautifully creamy, light, well balanced. Awesome rendering of bokeh in the background, really nice out of focus areas. All in all, just fantastic photos. We're going to put the image quality into the good column. Also, one thing I really like about this lens is the image stabilization. It does make a difference, particularly when videoing with this lens, and also for handheld stuff. It allows you to slow that shutter down a little bit more. Maybe it's really dark. You've got that bright aperture at f1.8, so it really is quite effective in low light. The other thing I find, of course, with all the STM focusing motors is they're pretty fast and they're pretty accurate. It just gets straight to focus and gets straight back. It is really accurate and really nice to focus with and shoot with. Another thing I really like in the good column is its compact size. It really is nice compact size to take out for street photography or for anything where you want to be a little bit more subdued. Some of the RF lenses you will have seen are absolutely enormous, and you just can't get away with them without attracting a lot of attention to yourself. So I really like this lens because it is quite nice and subtle, and it is good for a number of applications where you want to be a little bit more subdued in your presence. I really like the look of the lens, and I know that's not terribly important, but it just does look absolutely nice with this engineering plastic and this sort of brushed aluminium mount or brushed aluminium flange. It sits really nice on the EOS-R. If you've got the RP, it'll work well on that too. If you're getting an R5, the R6, the R1, whatever else comes out, this lens is going to be a good staple. Yeah, sure, it is an introductory lens, so you will want to move up from this in time, but hey, I'm really happy with this as my only native lens for the R, and otherwise I just adapt my other lenses with the EF to RF adapter. Another tick in the good column is this lens is designated macro. It has a macro factor of 2 to 1, so while there could be arguments about whether this is genuinely a macro, I find it shoots really close, 0.17 meters, and you can produce some really nice macro shots. It allows me to get all the wides, all the mediums, all the tights, all the details with the one lens. Because it can focus right up close like that, it actually gets a much tighter shot than something like the 50mm or the 85mm or something with a tighter frame will get you because you've got that macro component. That's definitely a tick in the good box. Okay, so we've got the image quality, we've got the image stabilization, we've got the build quality, we've got the appearance, we've got the macro function. They are all really good features of this lens. But we're not going to rest on our laurels for even any more than a second. Now I'm going to hit you with the bang. Okay, well, it was somewhat tricky to come up with some bad things about this lens, but the first thing that's really bad with this lens is there is no weather sealing gasket. And I have to tell you, I think it is fucking ridiculous that Canon will put out a lens that costs this much money and won't even have the decency to put a weather sealing gasket around the mount. I mean, what's the point in having a weather sealed body if you're gonna give us a non-weather sealed lens, Canon? It makes the whole system dysfunctional. It doesn't work, they don't gel together. Just put a rubber weather sealing gasket around the lens. This is not a cheap lens like the $150 EF 50mm 1.8. This is still 750 bucks, 800 bucks, $900 here in New Zealand. We at least deserve a weather sealing gasket. Come on, Canon. That's a bit of a major tick in the bad box. I mean, who wants to spend that much money and not get a weather sealed lens? I mean, so many cheaper lenses, just so many cheaper lenses and camera systems have got weather sealing in the bodies and the lenses. So, you know, the fact that we've been left behind with this is just ridiculous, Canon. Sort it out. And I hope you agree with me on that one. And here comes the second point. This is designated a macro lens. So in order to take the macro shots, the inner barrel of the lens extends quite far outside the lens body, as you can see. But the problem is if you go from macro focus to, once again, to a wide focus, it takes a long time for the barrel to retract. I'll show you. So I'm gonna get in here and take a macro shot of this lens. Okay, we can get right in close here. We'll take the shot, and now I'm gonna focus wide. Okay, as you can see, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Okay, I'm going to try a bit closer. Nothing's happening. Now we've got some action. Now we've got some shooting. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see there, that's a demonstration of how long it takes for the lens barrel to zoom back in order to transition from macro to wide shots. Hey, that could be common to a lot of macro lenses. I'm not really too sure myself, but I reckon it's a bad thing on this because I want it just to retract nice and quickly so I can get on to shooting other things if I may want to. And just mentioning that last point, I did also notice on this lens that if you apply pressure to the top of the lens, it automatically retracts. So I don't know if that's good for the lens, but it is a good thing for the lens. Hey guys, well that's more or less it. It was just really quick to throw you the good versus the bad for the Canon RF 35mm f1.8 macro IS STM. Nailed it! And look, if you are moving to the RF system, whether you've got the RP or the R, or you're going to get the upcoming R5 or the R6 or the R1 or the RR11 or the RR99, whatever they come out with, this lens is going to be a good staple to pop on the front of it. No doubt they're going to put out a 35mm 1.4 or something like that, but in the meantime, this is a really great option. It's good for street photography, it's good for wedding photography, it's good for landscape photography, it's good for general photography, it's good for travel photography, it's good for blah, blah, blah. All I'm going to say is if you've got the R series and you can't afford some of those mammoth lenses that are out there, like me, I can't afford them. The number one reason I've got this and not like the 15 to 35 f2 is because I don't have $4.5 grand to spend on a lens. Canon. In short, buy the lens, it's good, you'll love it, go for it, have a great day. Hey, please stay safe out there, and really nice to see you check in. Do us a favour and hit the subscribe button. We're coming at you from Wellington, New Zealand, so you need all the support you can get. I really want to build up my subscriber numbers, and you are the person I need to help me do that. Thank you very much in advance. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And by the way, smash that like button, and we'll see you on the next one.